Hey, 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 everybody. Hi. Can you guys hear me? I'm working with a new microphone, so I don't know. Well, it's not new, but new to this live. But yeah, I just want to make sure you guys can hear me. Let me know. Sound is good. How is everybody doing? Okay, good. You can hear me. Great. Y'all, how are y'all doing? What's really going on? What is really going on? It has been, I got a funny story about Tuesday. What happened to Tuesday's live? It's not funny, but it's funny. Because you'd be like, Lord have mercy, this woman going through it. So anyway, before we get started with that, welcome, y'all. I'm Melissa Berry, and for those of you that are new, you're peeking in, seeing what's going on, make sure you hit the like button on this video, hit the subscribe button. It's absolutely free. It costs you absolutely nothing to hit the subscribe button, and don't just hit the subscribe button, but make sure you come back and you are participating, you're leaving comments, you're talking. I like all of that. So make sure you do that on this channel for sure. So before we get started, I do have a couple of things that I wanted to talk about and just chit chat with you guys and see what y'all are up to, just hanging out, because I missed Tuesday, and I'll tell you what happened on Tuesday. And then yesterday is my normal day off where I don't go live. And then we're back here today. And of course, yes, I missed y'all something fierce. Y'all know I did. So before we get started, I want to do my little shout outs like we always do. Before we get started, I tell my little funny story of what happened. It was, like I said, it wasn't hee funny. I might have to get up here in a minute, turn that fan on because it's a little hot. So anyway, as always, my mod extraordinaire, just me, she is here. She said, hey, y'all. Hey, Royalty. Hey. Good to see you, Royalty. Thank you for always supporting this channel. It does not go unnoticed or unappreciated. I really appreciate it. Shannon, thank you for taking time out in your busy schedule with that beautiful baby, but you always make sure to come in and check out my live. So I really appreciate that. Pam, as always, Pam, hello from Pam. Marie says, hey, Melissa and everyone. Hey, girl, hey. Sado says, good evening, Melissa. How are you guys doing? How you doing, Sado? Hope you're having a good day. Sado, probably Settle. Hey there, glad I catch you live. I'm glad you caught a live as well. Good to see you as always. Hello, Miss Melissa and everyone, glad to be on. Hey, Andrea, how you doing, girl? Good to see you as usual. You're another one. I just really appreciate you all. Honestly, I go down and I see all these names and they're all very familiar. Y'all already know y'all are like my sisters in my head. I know y'all call me big and little sister, but no, y'all are the sisters that I never had. Glad you're feeling better. I am feeling better. And again, I have a cute little story as to what happened up to Tuesday's live. Royalty Queen, yes, she can hear me. Aisha, hey. Thomasina, hey, Melissa. Yes, you can hear me. Hello. And Gemini Joe, hello. Hey, Gemini. Carrie Kelly says, hello, Melissa and everyone. So it's good to see everyone. All 34 of you that are on YouTube. I do not see, I don't have my Facebook open, but I know I'm live on Facebook. So I want to give a huge shout out to Facebook. How are you guys doing? Thank you for joining me over there as well as here on YouTube. Michelle says, hey, Melissa and all. Hey, y'all. Hey. So yeah, y'all already know, like, I like to give my little shout outs and my hellos and greet each other and all that stuff. So yeah, so what happened on Tuesday? So if you don't know, you're new to this channel, my typical schedule is Monday and Tuesday I go live, and then I take Wednesday off, and then I'm back Thursday and Friday. And that's just been my schedule that works for me. And so that's that. So what happened on Tuesday? I had a live on Tuesday scheduled. Hey, I'm in this thing as usual, Monica. Like, do it. So some of you are like, Lord, Melissa wearing the glasses. That's part of my story. So as some of you know, I was battling a cute little cold that I finally got over that. Had a little cough at the end. That was fine. So Tuesday, I had the live scheduled. My makeup was done, everything. I was ready to go. But what happened was I ate some, we had tacos. So it was Taco Tuesday. So I was eating tacos and I forgot that, no, that's not what happened at first. That's not what happened. I was battling the cold, but Tuesday happens to be the day. I see y'all coming in. I'm going to give y'all shouts out. Hey, Duana, good to see you. And yes, Monica. So yeah. So anyway, let me back up the story a little bit. So then Tuesday, morning, I woke up and everything was draining. So if I were going to go on, and I was contemplating, should I go on live? So this is me all day, just like, oh God, oh, that whole thing. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go live anyway, because it's not like no one's ever seen someone with a cold. But then by the afternoon, which is when I go live, it just got really bad. So whatever was stuffed up was just really draining. So I was like, okay, just forget about it. Don't stress about it, because I know you miss your people, but they're just going to have to understand life happens, whatever. So I was like, okay, I'll just go live on Wednesday. So Tuesday night, we had tacos. Taco Tuesday, family's over. We're having a great time. And I like hot stuff, and I like really spicy stuff. So I added the hot sauce to my tacos. Well, while I'm eating the tacos on Tuesday night, I forgot that I had the hot sauce on my hand, and I wiped my eye. And so this eye, you probably can see, it's probably still a little red. This eye was watering like crazy, of course, and everything. Well, so that was Tuesday. Then I woke up yesterday, and my eye was so light sensitive, and it was burning. I had already rinsed it, but I couldn't even go live yesterday. Like my eye, I couldn't read, I couldn't do anything. And so no contacts or anything. So I didn't want to. So that's what happened on Tuesday, and why I didn't go live yesterday. But praise God, thank you, Jesus. I woke up this morning. No light sensitivity. It's not burning anymore or anything, but I didn't want to chance it and put in contacts. I was like, you know what? We gonna get these frames today. And it's not a big deal. I like my frames, so it's all good. But that's what happened, and why I didn't go live on Tuesday, and then why I didn't go live on Wednesday. And it's all good. Y'all know I try to keep it classy. I try to keep it consistent and professional. And I just couldn't come on Tuesday all like this. I mean, it was bad. So anyway, how have y'all been? So that's my story. I told you it wasn't hee hee ha ha funny, but that's what happened, why I wasn't there. And some of you might have seen where I had the live scheduled, and I had to take it back. And so I deleted it, because I was like, there's no way you're going to be able to go live. No way. So anyway, Monica is here. I have been seeing some of you in certain lives and stuff like that. So even though I wasn't going live, I have seen you guys around the YouTube streets. So it's so good to see y'all on my live. So I hope everybody is doing well. It's a few things, like I said, that I wanted to talk about before we get into whatever y'all want to talk about. I think Foolishness Friday is going to be off the charts, because I have a few things that I want to discuss that's just been going on the YouTube streets and stuff. So we just going to get into it tomorrow evening. Okay, for real. So, and I did not forget about the fact that we were going to talk about just really creating the life that we want. So I think I'm going to end this live talking about that. But in the meantime, let's get into some things. So let me see. Some people came in. Yes, self-care. Hey, babe. Okay. Self-care first. You did the right thing. Thank you, Pam. I appreciate it. Hello, Pam. It was a mess. If I would have came on just with the nasal drip, and then the next day, like I said, my eye was so light sensitive. It hurt so badly. And then last night, I just took some drops, and I just flushed it more. And then I took a like a nightcap thing. And we just turned the TV off at night, and we just kept the room really dark. And then I woke up this morning and I was fine, but it was a mess. I was a mess. Hello, Melissa. Hey, Michelle. I've been okay. Just tired, hun. I done worked 7 days in a row, child. I'm tired, but I am accounted for. Come on now. You are accounted for. You're tired, and bless God, you have a job. Okay. So that is awesome. Get some rest though. Superstar Graham, hello. Good to see you. Good to see you. So y'all, it's just been, listen, have y'all been keeping up with these YouTube streets? And I ain't talking about just one avenue. I'm talking about YouTube is, let me tell you something. These YouTube streets are popping, and it's just all kind of stuff going on. And like I said, I'm not talking about one specific avenue, one specific lane. I'm just saying it's just been interesting. Hey, Queen Queen L, I'm talking everything from the religious people to the pop culture to divorce to just crazy, crazy, crazy. And so I was like, man, it's so much. Hey, Brenda. Hey, Brenda. It's good to see you all. We are just getting started. If you just joining in, hey, Ray, I love that you say that. Rochelle, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's all. That's it. That's it. That's it. And that's all. So, y'all, before we get started with the foolishness and the mayhem, we really have to send prayers to Tony Baker. I don't know if you guys know him. He is part of Kev on Stage's crew. He is a comedian himself. He does a lot of the animal voiceovers and stuff like that. Well, he's fine, but it was reported that his son got into an accident earlier this morning doing what's it called, drag racing, and the son, it seems, was ejected from the car, as well as whoever else, maybe 2 or 3 other people. So when I saw that, someone was really sending condolences to Tony Baker, and I was like, oh my goodness, what happened? And the son allegedly, don't quote me because of course I don't know him, but the son is like 21 years old. So y'all really, really, really lift Tony Baker up in prayer. I can't imagine losing a child at any age. It doesn't really matter, but something especially so tragic, and let's be honest, something so senseless. So if you have young kids out there that are driving age, share that story with them and let them know, you got to be careful out there. And there's nothing good that comes from drag racing and stuff like that in the middle of the night. So yes, this is Tony Baker. Shout out to him. Many, many prayers up to him and his family. He's been radio silent, as I would expect him to be today. So has Kev on Stage. A lot of people that I know are really, really close to him haven't been online today. So I just was trying to get a feel of, okay, how is he doing? But you know what? We really don't need to know how he's doing. We already know how he's doing. So shout out to Tony, shout out to his family, prayers to him for sure. Somebody said, right? I don't even watch TV. Listen, Thomasina, let me tell you something. These YouTube streets have been keeping me busy. I've been sitting there in bed at night like, oh my goodness, this happening? It's been crazy. I even the other night I was watching, you guys know when I'm live, or when you're looking to see who's live, and then you have like the Koreans, the mukbang Koreans. Like, that's how desperate I've been. Like, that's how glued to YouTube I've been. Like, I started watching the Korean mukbangs, and they cracking stuff and doing all this, and candy all over the place, and pink candy, pink food, yellow child. Listen, these YouTube streets, let me tell you something. They say radio killed TV. YouTube is gonna kill TV. I'm telling you. Monica says, baby, these YouTube streets is popping like crack alley on the 1st of the month. Listen, there's no other way to put it. I don't care who you watch, who you follow. People, listen, it's on and popping. That's all I'm gonna say. Monica, that's the best description ever. So Superstar Graham says, prayers to him. Yes, condolences. Absolutely, condolences. He's actually my husband's favorite comedian of the Kev on Stage crew. He's okay for me. Like, I feel like all his delivery is the same, but my husband absolutely loves Tony Baker. So I know he's been at work. I haven't really had a chance to let him know about his son, but I don't wish that on anybody. So yeah. Yes, but I was just saying, I'm turning my notifications off. Haven't been on there today. Okay, Dewana. Hi, everybody. Hey, April. Good to see you. Hello, everyone. If you're just joining in, make sure you hit the like button. Hey, for those of you that are joining in on Facebook, we're just getting started. I just pretty much started off with my first topic. And yeah, I watch YouTube more than cable TV. Absolutely. I had to come to realize to back away because I don't like mess. I asked for forgiveness to had come. Okay, Pam. See, here's the thing for me. I agree with you 100%. And depending on what and who you're talking about, yes, I don't get into any of that type of mess. But I'm just saying in general, like, I follow so many types of people, from people talking about religious things to lawyers to the young folks buying up everything with their little YouTube checks. Like, it's just crazy. And so I'm just saying, generally speaking, if you know, like, the YouTube streets are wild these days. These kids are wilding out. But yes, absolutely stay away from the rest. Nanny baby said, hey, nanny baby, how are you? You big girl, big girl. I think my grandma name is going to be Mimi. So I'm going to have to change it from nanny baby to Mimi baby, because my little cousin who's visiting, well, they live here now, but they were living with us temporarily. But their house is ready. Anyway, long story short, their kids call my husband Uncle Pop Pop, and I'm Mimi. So because although they're my cousin, I'm old enough to be like their grandmother or whatever. So anyway, so we were laughing and stuff, and I was like, I think my grandma name's gonna be Mimi. So anyway, if you listen very closely, I think they all left. I was gonna say they were all downstairs. You know, school started. So school started back up. I know, Joanne, you went back to school. My kids are back in school, and y'all, I had such a moment. It was a brief moment. If you know me, I don't go there and don't stay there long. But I thought about it. The first day of school was 2 days ago. And so it was about 8 o'clock. It was whatever time it was. It was like 7 a.m. And my daughter texted me and she was like, we made it to school. Cause she's still a new driver. So I'd like to know if she made it to wherever she was going. So then I looked at my phone and I was like, wait a minute. It's 7:30 on a school day, first day of school. This is the first year that I didn't have to take anybody to school, because typically, even though her older siblings might have been driving to school, we still had to take the younger two to school. But no, we didn't have to take anybody. So I was like, oh, and then I turned over. That didn't last long at all. I was like, yes. So they're in school. They're super, super excited about that. And I'm excited because they did not go to school last year. And then COVID year, of course, everybody got pulled out of school, and then we didn't let them go back to school the next year. And our not oldest son, but the boy had a harder time than the girl. He was a lot more, well, they're both social. I can't say that, but I just feel like he had a harder time with the transition. He wanted to be in school. He missed his friends, that whole thing. She's the type of person where she just was capitalizing on the fact that she can go ahead of the class, do her work, that whole thing. So, yeah, so that was that part. And so, yeah, they're excited and they're doing good in school, so yeah, that's that part. So hopefully those of you that are going back to school and you're teaching, that you guys remain safe. What are your COVID numbers looking like? Here, it's a mess. And we actually have a governor who is like Florida and Texas, where they are just like, there will be no mask mandate. We will not be shutting anything down or anything. And school has already started, and a couple of schools have already not shut down, but they've already shut down their programs. So like two schools, their football programs have already shut down. Massive cases all over the place. So yeah, it's just a mess. So what are the numbers looking like where you guys are, and what are the mitigations that are being implemented to make sure that you guys are safe and the kids are safe and they're not taking the stuff home? Like, what are you doing? Oh no. Oh my goodness. My neighbor was killed driving on the highway. So much going on in the world. Oh, Pam, that's horrible. That is horrible. Hey, ma'am. Oh, wait. Come here when you're done. Oh man, that's horrible. Prayers for sure. Who is that? I hear a little voice. I need you. Somebody. Okay. Child, you know how Texas is. No mandates, no shutdown, nothing at all. And that's in Arizona is the same way. Somebody posted something on Facebook. They were like, tell me you have a dumb governor without tell me you have a dumb governor without saying what state you're from, or something like that. And they were talking about their governor, and I was like, listen, Ducey is not far behind. They are not. It's just, as a matter of fact, it's to the point, and I think Texas is like that, and I think Florida's governor is doing the same thing, where he is literally penalizing the different districts if they do a mandate. They're like, you're not going to get your funding and stuff like that. And so it's just like, what are you trying to prove? You can feel one way or another about the vaccination. You can feel one way or another about should you be vaxxed, should you not, or whatever. But at the same time, this thing is real. These variants are real. And we have to do something to protect the teachers as well as the children who don't get a vaccination. So regardless of what, the teacher statuses are, that's one thing. But then you have these children who can't get vaccinated. And these variants are real. Like COVID is real. And as a matter of fact, who was the one guy? I meant to write it down. So it was this one congressman. He had so much to say during the mandates and don't get vaccinated and all this other stuff. God rest his soul. He died yesterday. And yeah, so it's just a mess. And I'm not the type of person to sit up here and be like, oh, go get vaccinated. I'm not saying, any of that. What I am saying is we need to make sure that there are some things in place, masks, social distancing. I mean, look at Lollapalooza and all these other things that are happening. We see all these concerts and everything. And it's like, okay, do these people do we have the memo here? Are we living on the same planet? And it's just crazy. South Carolina kids going back to school and not required to wear masks. Nope, our kids are not allowed. They're not. As a matter of fact, you go to some churches. I forgot that one guy who he was preaching and he was, man, I meant to get that video and record it for y'all, let y'all hear it. But he was like, don't even come to church with the mask on. Come on, y'all. Like that is just that's wrong. Like that's wrong. And if I can be perfectly honest with you, that's why, right before COVID, we stopped going to our church because we can tell that our pastor was a Trumper and all this other stuff. And so he began to they were ridiculing people that were wearing masks. Bottom line, there's no other way to put it. Oh, you're living in fear. Oh, you look like a clown, this type of thing. And he wouldn't necessarily say it as he was preaching. He would low-key say it as he was preaching, but he definitely said it on his Instagram and stuff like that. And then I remember one time I was watching online and somebody was like, okay, but what are you guys doing to mitigate the risk? And he was like, oh, we have a mask section in the church if you want to wear your mask. Somebody said, yeah, I was there last Sunday and non-maskers were sitting with the maskers. So, and then why would you segregate everybody like that? So I've just had been turned off from the whole church situation and masking and all of that. God's gonna have to really help me with that because yeah, I have a problem with that. Right. I'm in North Carolina. April says North Carolina kids have to wear their masks, even the ones that got the shot. Good. It just really is depending on whether your governor is a Trumper. That's just what it all boils down to, because I can't even say whether it boils down to them being a Republican, because nowadays you can definitely tell the difference between a Republican and one that's a Trumper. There's definitely a difference, in my opinion. My stepmother and dad have COVID now. Thank God they got the vaccine because they don't have it so bad. So good, Pam. Thankfully, we all tested negative for COVID. Nobody had COVID. It was a cold. And I think what it had to do with the fact that I keep the house so cool. But our outside temperatures didn't warrant me to keep it as cool as I normally keep it in the summer, because this has just been a mild summer. We actually hit 115 2 days ago, and we were like, oh wow, 115. Haven't seen that all summer. So yeah. So that's what's been going on. Thank you. She left behind her 2 small kids. Jesus, we are really praying for protection for the kids, peace for the kids, and just provision for all of them, for everybody involved, for sure. Because when death happens, death is horrible within itself, but when it's tied to something tragic like that, it's such a shock. And so it's just going to be terrible all around. Let's see. Same here. No mandates. Okay, Michigan. What do you guys think about opening the schools right now? You know what, Delphine? I'm kind of back and forth with it, because I saw how it took a toll on my kids, and their learning didn't lax at all. And I think that's very uncommon. When I speak to other people with their kids really suffered. Mine didn't, praise God, thank you, Jesus. They kept up their grades, honors status, and all of that. But I think socially, the schools really do need to be open, but with certain mitigations. Like as much as I hate it, the plexiglass around the little desk and stuff like that. I don't know. I go both ways. I think that unfortunately we think about just the kids, but we don't think about the teachers and the teachers' families and who the teachers are caring for. We're not thinking about, okay, yeah, the teachers may be vaccinated, but what about the teachers and what they can bring home and stuff like that? So part of me is like, you know what, open the schools, absolutely. I feel like the governors should not, so the governors that are really, really going hard against making sure that there's no mask mandates in place, they're wrong. I feel like that is just absolutely wrong. They need to leave it up to the different schools, the individual districts to make those decisions, because they're way up in Tallahassee or Phoenix or wherever they're at, but they're not in the grassroots. They're not down. They're not seeing the numbers. They're not seeing the kids not coming to school and the football team being quarantined. They don't see that. They really don't care. Honestly, they don't care. So they're just making all these mandates. Well, they're banning all the mandates, and I think that's wrong. But I do think the kids belong in school. But there's just there's some districts that are reporting that you can't even report. Like they're not going to tell you if a kid gets COVID, in other words. And they're saying that you can't discriminate against a kid that got COVID. So that kid can still come to school. That is just ridiculous to me. So yes, open, but a lot more needs to be done. Let me catch up in these comments. I feel it's too soon to open up schools. I'm just saying, Thomasina, I hear you on that. And I think, I don't know if it's too soon or if it's the fact that we just keep entering into these waves. So is it ever going to be soon enough? And that's the thing, right now, I think come September, October, it's going to be a mess. I think it's going to be a mess to the point where we're not going to have any other choice but to shut down. So leave a comment down below. Let me know if you think that we're going to get another shutdown. Because when you look at my governor, when you look at Texas, look at Florida, these guys are like, oh, hell no, we are not, there will be no more shutdown. I think that they're going to talk a good game and it's going to get so bad that they're going to have no other choice. They say New York was talking about shutting down. Yes. Now, but see, again, that's a non-Republican governor. So New York is about it. Sounds like North Carolina is about it. So, we're just going to see what it is. But when you talk about Arizona, Florida, Texas, child, please, it's going to take an act of Congress to shut down. I agree, Melissa. I think it's going to be bad. And that's the whole thing. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. But if you are not building up your immune system, whatever that looks like for you, make sure that you guys are building up your immune system. Because I think this next wave after Lollapalooza, freaking, what is that, Memorial Day, because people are moving like there's no COVID and or its variants. So because people are still moving like that, I think that it's going to get bad. Like I said, we started back school and the news is already talking about sports teams and everybody shutting down because of COVID. So it's bad. This horrible governor here in Texas, child, sunshine, me and you both. Arizona is right behind them, honey. I wish I can console you and be like, come to Arizona. No, baby. We listen, Deuce, and they're so proud. They are so proud about their what's the word? Rebellion. They're proud about it. Yes, definitely shutting schools down again. I think that it's going to happen. And part of me, because I'm a conspiracy theorist type person. And part of me really, really thinks that, number one, I know that economically, we just can't go on like this. We just can't. Whether you agree with the rental moratorium or the money and all this other stuff, all of it is fun and games now. But America cannot go on like this. I'm glad that money is there for people that need it. People are receiving funds and all of that. But the way we're printing money cannot go on. But the conspiracy side of me is like, not that I just think that at the end of the day, all of this is going to be terrible for Biden's presidency. Leave a comment down below if you understand what I'm saying, or if you agree with what I'm saying. I think at the end of the day, this is going to bite Biden in his butt, because regardless of whether this started under Trump, because it did, and because of the negligence of Trump, I think that everything that's been happening from this point on to try to come out of it and dig himself out of it, Biden's going to be blamed for all of it. And I don't even know what the economy is going to do at this point, because we can only print so much money. We can only direct deposit so much money. There's only so much, rental moratorium that we can have. Like, when does this end? How is this going to end? And that is what the problem that I have. Economically, I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, we have all these stimuluses and all this stuff that's going out, but is it really helping? Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you think that it's actually helping. Do you think that it's going to hurt Biden's administration? Do you think that we're going to come out better 2022? Leave a comment. Let me know, because I don't see it. I don't see it at all. So let's go through. They're paying people to get the vaccine. Yes. They're paying people to get the vaccine. They're giving them donuts, back rubs, massages. It's everything but sex. That's like the next thing. They just go, here's a man like to get the vaccine. And I just feel like the vaccine is accessible enough. Not that I feel like it is. It's accessible enough. If you want the vaccine, you know exactly where to go. I know I can look on this page and I can go here, get the vaccine and whatever. So at this point, it is what it is. And so all this bribing and all this other stuff, that's unnecessary as far as I'm concerned. It's unnecessary. I believe it's going to hurt. Pam, yeah. And I don't know, y'all. I just don't know, because can you imagine? We don't own rental property, but I could not imagine owning rental property, because now you're wondering, who should I rent to? Because they really have the green light to not pay their rent. And we already know the supply chain is jacked up like no other. Like, we're, those of you that know, we're building a pool, and each step of the way is almost like a week or so in between each step, because they have to get materials, and the materials are slow. Like, when I was picking out the tile and this and that and the other, I had to pick out like 5 different options, because they were like, we're not even sure if we're going to have it in stock. And, we have the chicken shortage and all this other stuff. So it's like, on one hand, the world, i.e. America, is going on business as usual, but then there are some telltale signs that America is in trouble. And I'm not sure if we're all paying attention. And I don't know if we're not paying attention because we just don't know, or if it's the fact that I just think they know it's going to ruin this man's presidency. So yeah. If Biden doesn't do something about this and education, I think he will lose. Independents like me won't vote for this type of, no. And I agree. And that's the thing. I agree 100%. He's got to, I feel like he also needs to, he's got to focus a little more. We can't be all about COVID. And then, like you said, missing COVID, education. There's so many other hot topic, hot button things that really, really, really need to be faced head on. Like, I agree. Absolutely. Let's go through the comments, because I like doing that. I don't trust the government. Understood. I also feel our economy can't take another shutdown. Allison, that's my whole point. I don't think that, as much as I feel like we should, you know what? I can't even say that I feel like we should. Because here's the thing, if we're going to shut down and people are still going to be doing whatever they're doing, there's no point in the shutdown. We're just going to have, like, I was kidding the other day when I was like, yeah, Alpha, about this variant. Now we have a Delta Plus variant. Like, it's so ridiculous. So if we're going to shut down, but continue to do the same thing, we're still going to have Lollapalooza. We're still going to have this open, that open, doing whatever the hell we want to do. There's no point in shutting down. But I agree with you 100%. Our economy cannot take a shutdown, because it's struggling as is without a shutdown. So I'm not an economist, so I don't know what the answer is, but I know that this doesn't look right and this doesn't feel right. Thankfully, those of us that have jobs, those of us that our needs are met, you really, really, really should thank the Lord above, because the economy is booming in that regard. Can we take another shutdown? No. My aunt got vaccinated and now she's having issues. She has a mass in her chest. My mom is experiencing issues with her legs swelling. In my opinion, I think this is definitely going to hurt Biden. Not necessarily the vaccine itself, but just the repercussions of the fact that a large percentage of America is not vaccinated, the fact that we can't get this crap under control. There's so many darn variants at this point. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. And like Joanne said, there's a lot of people, we're sitting here. To be honest with you, I don't even listen to the man, and I don't even know what he's talking about half the time. Like, he's riding around in a electric SUV somewhere earlier today. And I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? The good thing is there are some people that pay attention and everything, but I don't know. This is not going to fare well for him. Personally, I feel they know exactly what they're doing, and I think it all boils down to population control. A lot of people feel that. The only reason why I don't necessarily believe that is because this is a global problem. Like, this is a global virus. If this was something that was native to America, kicking America's butt and just in America, then I'd kind of bite on that conspiracy theory. But this is global. Like, this is global. And the thing about it is the nations and the regions that have really tackled this and shut down, they're doing well. Like, even when you think about Hawaii does not play when it comes to COVID. And they have mitigated the risk greatly, because they were like, if you come here, you're going to have to quarantine. Like, they're serious about life. And it just doesn't happen across the board. It's the inconsistency that's going to kill America. I agree, especially tackling these states that want to suppress voter rights. Exactly. That is huge. But we're just so, I know some of us, I talk about it on this channel as often as I can. We have to pay attention to that. The voter rights being suppressed. Like, it's just so much going on, y'all. It's so much going on. Uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. Pray for the president. Good president or bad president. I'm glad I'm not in his shoes. Absolutely, blessed born. Absolutely. Absolutely. My aunt, okay, we get that. Reparations. Yes, that is something else that's on the table that people really feel like should be part of the discussion. I also feel our economy cannot take a shutdown. Nope, it cannot. I believe it's going to hurt. Yep, I think it's going to hurt. You're going to blame. Yeah, and it's going to be Biden. It's going to be all Biden's fault. And that's part of the problem that I have with some of these people that are anti-COVID, anti-this, anti-that. And it's like, you know what? Trump and his people got the vaccine. Whether you agree with it or not, I think it's very, very hypocritical for them to kind of tout this whole thing like, oh, we're so anti everything, but yet they're the one that are protected, so to speak. Preseason football today. I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I am a Seahawks fan. So yeah, what I miss, mommy duties were calling. Girl, we still stuck on Trump. Speaking of Trump, there's so much going on. It's impossible to follow with everything. It's almost overwhelming. And you know what? That's why the good thing is, y'all, the good thing for me is I can turn off the television knowing that 45 is not in office and there's nothing stupid that's going to be said and all this other stuff. So yeah, as overwhelming as everything can be, I love the fact that I can sleep at night and the first thing I don't do is do this to see what was said or who did what. So yeah, I like that part. This is so sad that they cannot get this together. Man has dominated man to his injury. No unity. God Almighty help us all. Oh, 45, ick. So speaking of 45, y'all, listen, 45 has sent out, he sent out an email to his supporters. This is his latest fundraising tactic. He has a Trump card. And so this meme, this is not fake. Like, this is, they say it, and it mimics not Trump, what's his name? Hitler's Reich card. And it says Trump supporters, the vaccine is the mark of the beast. Trump, if you can support me, carry this, please. So that's the irony and the hypocrisy of some of Trump and his supporters. And he is asking that you guys pay to receive this card to prove that you are an ultimate Trump supporter. And I do know that I have some Trump supporters on this live. And so I just wanted to know if you are going to be a card carrying member of the Trump regime. So yeah, leave a comment down below. I thought that was really, really weird. And when you look at what it feels like, you know, they were like, man, what is this? What is this, the Third Reich? Like, what's happening? Like, why are we doing this? So yeah. And they're like, you're not even president anymore. So why are you, let me pull it back up. They're like, why, you're not even president anymore. Like, what are you doing? Y'all, this is his latest fundraising thing. Pam said, nope, I know that's right. I know, right? It almost feels like we have no president. Biden moving in silence. Girl, he moving in silence. And I'm just like, I don't even know. Sunshine said, never. Trump and his family got the vaccine. Yes, they did. Trump and his family got the vaccine. Half of Fox News has the vaccine. Very few of them don't have the vaccine, but yet they're, you know, anti everything, but yet they're the main ones with it. Thomasina said, nope, I'm so late. Hi, Melissa. All 45 want is his people's money to pay for the legal fees. He cares nothing about anyone but himself, and he knows how to scam. Girl, he is the master scammer. You hear me? What do y'all think about the fact that, and April said they sure did, Pam. What do you guys think about the fact that he pretty much has dropped Rudy Giuliani? Like, he is like, I'm not paying for his legal fees. I don't even know him. Like, Trump is right. Oh, and what about his taxes? Let's talk about that too. The fact that he is fighting so that we don't get to see these taxes. And the thing about it is, only thing we're going to know is it's going to be confirmed that he's not as rich as he's got his followers thinking that he is. That's what it's all going to confirm. And the fact that he was lying and stealing and everything else. I don't know if I trust that she really received the vaccine. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but it just doesn't seem right. Thatchy, Margaret Thatcher, who you talking about? I think they did. I think well, we saw Ivanka get the vaccine, so we saw her get it. I don't know about Don Jr. I can't look at him. Like, he makes my stomach turn, so I can't even look at him do anything. He just nauseates me, really. Trump. Oh, okay. No, I think he did. He got it. Junior got it. Ivanka got it. Melania got it. I believe they all got it. I really do. Because, you know, this was the conversation we were having around that time. I don't see, he's too prideful to pretend that he did get it. He's too prideful. That there's just no other way to put it. And if he didn't, that would have definitely been the topic of his conversation as to why he didn't get it and all this other stuff. Absolutely. He's too prideful. Absolutely. He got it. Trump. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know what these taxes are going to reveal, but I know it's just going to confirm a lot of things that we already thought, period. And here's the thing. Are y'all waiting on, propaganda? Yep, it could be. But I also feel like he's just too prideful. He's too prideful to not talk about how he didn't get it. So when he got sick around that time, a lot of people were saying, you know, was he really sick? I believe he really had COVID, because some people were thinking, oh, he didn't really have it. And I was like, no, I believe he had it, because that was like the worst thing that could happen to someone like him. Because how would that help his campaign? How would that help him be the strong man that he is, other than the fact that, like, he pretended that he beat it superhuman? But I believe he got it, and I believe he was very sick. Time will tell. Now, y'all know they filmed those shots with the irretractable movie prop needles. They ain't get that mess. We'll see. We'll see. Are y'all waiting on Letitia James of New York to see what she's coming up with? Because here's the thing. She's not playing with Cuomo. She's not playing with Cuomo, Governor Cuomo. Hey, Melissa, just joining. Had a doctor appointment today. Hey, Valerie, good to see you. I hope you are well. And if you are just popping in with Valerie, make sure you hit the like button. Hello to my friends on Facebook. Make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe. It's absolutely free. Absolutely free. And if you like what you're listening to, join in with the conversation for sure. So, Letitia James, she is not playing. And if you don't know who she is, I want to say she's the New York State Attorney General, I want to say. And she's the one that just came out and concluded her investigation. And Andrew Cuomo, Governor Andrew Cuomo, she said, yep, he raped those women and it happened and that's what it is. So it's going to be interesting to see what she comes out with Trump, because she seemed like she don't play. The lawyers told Ivanka to stay away from her father, but she and Jared are already caught up in it. Ooh, woo. Okay, so who y'all think is going to sing like a songbird? Because Giuliani said he's willing to go to jail. And somebody said, what innocent person says that? So it's going to be interesting. Yes, I'm excited to see what she's going to do. I'm very excited to see what she's going to do, because I'm going to be honest with you. I was shocked when she came out and said that Andrew was founded what he did and all this other stuff. So I was like, oh, okay, because it seems like the Cuomo brothers are untouchable in the sense of just being America's sweethearts, New York sweethearts or whatever. So when she came out with that, I was like, okay, sis not playing. And she did come out a while ago and was like, listen, no one's above the law, Trump and everyone else. So I'm hoping that this is not another, God, who was the other guy that was doing all this investigation, had us all hype and then came out with nothing? Mueller. I hope this is not another Mueller report. I hope it's slow and steady, wins the race. I hope that she is crossing every T, dotting every I, knowing that if she has one slip up, it's going to ruin everything and he'll get off. So I hope. But here's the thing. Giuliani said he's ready. He's ready. And I'm like, there is no way I would take the fall for anybody. I don't care who it is. Not happening. But Giuliani said he is willing to go to jail. Today is my autistic son's 19th birthday. Happy birthday, son. God bless you. I love it over here. My blood pressure finally normal. Girl, listen, Pam, I can't. That's what we about over here. We're about it over here. I mean, we get into it, but not like that. Ain't no. Who is that called me smooth jazz, my voice? But anyway. So Pam, you think Junior's gonna flip? I don't know, y'all. There's been some reports that him and Melania aren't together, but I mean, who's surprised by that? Like, they weren't together when she was in the White House. Like, that was my favorite pastime, was to see them two together, and she'd swap his hand. She said, she flipped his hand real quick. She said, she'll do anything to not have him hold her hand, hug her, or anything. So that was hilarious. So I don't know. We'll see. But I just believe that Letitia James is really, really doing a thorough job, and we're just going to have to wait and see. But I tell you what, I pray her protection. And I'm like, because she's working with another state attorney. Like oh man, it's a whole collaboration. And I'm like, they have this thing tight-lipped. So we'll see. I think they said sexual harassment, but I didn't hear or read rape. Thank you. I don't know. It's sexual harassment. You're right. Because you're right. Thank you for that correction. I'm not sold on that being true. Okay. We don't know. I wasn't there. I don't work under his conditions. And he said that a lot of the situations were hyperbolized and what's the word, like capitalized on or whatever. So I don't know. And we live in a time where it's his word against theirs, and they just took their word. We don't know all the evidence, but yes, you are right. It was not rape. It was sexual harassment. And so people are calling for him to resign. Even Biden said, I think he should resign. My thing is, did this interfere with his job any? Is he a good governor? What's going on? But the flip side of that is when you have a president who ran on these same type of allegations, like that set a precedence. So it's like, you didn't hold a president accountable, but you want to hold the governor accountable. So I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Glad to see you in here, Brenda. Valerie said, well, he might as well get ready because he's definitely going to jail. Who do you think is going to jail? You talking about Rudy? Are you talking about Trump? Because we have all these subjects going on at once. Who's going to jail? Rudy, Trump, or Chris? Not Chris. Andrew. Tell me who you're talking about. Thanks so much, Sunshine. You are welcome. Melania couldn't wait until his presidency was over. She couldn't stand him, Trump, that is. Oh, yeah, she couldn't. It was written all over her face. Here's the thing, y'all. Do y'all think, because we weren't really online and talking during this time, we weren't friends back then. Do y'all think it was tactless that they didn't show up to the inauguration? How did y'all feel about that? Was it good? I'm glad you didn't show up. How did that make y'all feel when y'all was like, you know what? It was a character flaw. I love the fact that Pence was there. I love the fact that Pence showed up. He was presidential. He was vice presidential. He showed up, represented. That showed class. I just thought that Trump not showing up just really was a reflection of him and his character. I imagine Trump tearing up everything in the hallway the night before. That was what I was saying the entire time. I was like, yeah, Trump going to tear up that whole White House. He going to tear pictures down, everything. He going to steal stuff, everything. So for him not to show up, child, please. Thank you, Rochelle. Smooth talk. That's what we got going on over here. How y'all doing? I thought about doing what's it called? ASMR channel. Hey, y'all. I have mixed feelings about our governor Cuomo. He made a lot of enemies with the Democratic Party. It just seems suspect to me that all these women at one time came out after his work with the pandemic. Michelle, I don't want to piss nobody off. That's not my intention. I'm a woman. I'm all for women. I'm all for women empowerment. And really, when you talk about sexual harassment, that's just not a women's thing. I just have a problem, like you said, it just be the timing for me. Like, I don't know. That's what it is. That we'll just leave it at that, because it's the timing for me. It's just weird. You're welcome, Andrea, Valerie, Melissa. I agree. Thank you for agreeing. I don't know, y'all. Exactly. Rudy. Okay. Yeah. And the thing about it is, Rudy knows where all the bodies are buried, so to speak. Rudy knows a lot, and he would be a fool to go down for Trump. But this man, for some reason, and here's the thing, I don't think Trump has a lot of stuff on a lot of people. I just think people think he has more power than he actually has. So in other words, you have all these people surrounding him, and they just have this major allegiance. You know, what was it? Cruz, DeSantis, Ducey, all these crazy governors who are still having allegiance to Trump. And I don't think their allegiance is because they have secrets on him. Unless he slid them favors while he was in office. That would make sense. But I just think that they think he has more power than he actually does. Like, this man is the face of the Republican Party. How? I don't know. Trump needs to go to jail. Melania isn't innocent. She knows how to. Oh, yes, she is. I don't feel sorry for that woman. Not one bit. Not one bit. And listen, that phone call around Christmas and all. And what is this? I don't care. Do you? Why would you wear that? Why would you wear that down to the border? You know, when you're in that type of position, everything is scripted and planned out from you, from the pen that you write with to the clothes that you wear to everything. You can't tell me that wasn't intentional. Like, someone, like, she has the wrong people around her. If that's what they chose, you know what? This would be a good idea. I don't care. Do you? Child, please. So anyway, If you're just joining in, y'all, we are literally still on the first topic of today. Just chit chat. We on live. This live's gonna go until it don't go no more. But we're doing breaking news, and just come in, hit the like button if you're on Facebook. Make sure you share. Join in the conversation. Come on over to YouTube and hit the subscribe button. It is absolutely free to subscribe, and won't cost you a thing. So anyway, yeah, I didn't expect anything from Trump. That's who he is. Absolutely. Just nasty and tactless and everything else. Y'all hear the baby screaming with the fly in his hair. Come on now. You're going to go to jail right with that fly. Very tactless. Just get out of here, you bum. That's how I felt, Sunshine. I'm telling you, I don't know if they left the night before, like, typical presidents do. But in my head, like, my husband was cracking up because, my side job is a comedian. Like, I can make a joke out of everything. And I told him, I said, babe, I'm telling you, Trump is in the White House tearing up some stuff right now. Like, we're going to be looking for George Washington's portrait. It's going to have blackface all on it, like spray paint with his little markers, everything. Like, time is only going to tell how that transition really, really went. Time is only going to tell how his presidency really, really went. Like, we thought it was a shit show just from what we saw. Can you imagine what we didn't see? Can you imagine? I'm telling you. But the other part about that for me is, I don't want to read your little funky books. Don't tell us now. Don't tell us all after the fact. Now that he's out of office, you want to tell us how horrible he was, and I can't get a job, and that press secretary. Do not get me started on her. McAney or whatever her name was, please. Michelle says, exactly, 45 was the worst with women of all of it, and all of it was ignored. Even Joe was accused because of his touchy-feely personality. Girl, Joe is a bit touchy-feely. It's a bit. I don't see it as creepy as other people are, like molestation creepy, as people are trying to make it out to be. Like, I don't look at it as creepy Joe. He's a bad guy, bad touch type thing. I don't look at it like that when I see Joe. Like, I just feel like he's a grandpa. He's an old man. That's just what they do. Come here, little kitty. That whole thing. He don't give me creepy vibes. He doesn't give me creep vibes. He give me old man vibes. He gives me, I'm not sure about a second term vibes, but he also, but the flip side of that is I feel like he's very, very, very healthy and in shape for his age. So yeah. It wasn't surprising. Nope, wasn't surprising at all. Classless, just ridiculous. I love that Trump didn't show up. The focus would have been all about him. Yeah, and he would have made it. He would have made it about him in that hair. The hair alone would have stole the attention. Me too. It's the timing for me also. Yeah. Bill Cosby went to jail. Yes, he did. Well, here's the thing. Y'all know they make sure who they want to go to jail. And we'll talk about R. Kelly after this. But yeah, they make sure whoever needs to go to jail, they're going to get him in jail, period. So they all should go. Yep. Trump telling his supporters that he can come back in office this month, and they believe him. Baby, they believe him. We sure are in August, and they sure do believe him. He did say that, and they are hanging on. Listen, how are your Trump supporter friends on Facebook and social media? Mine are silent. Or they are just talking about everything else but politics. I have some that have absolutely disappeared, and I'm like, where's all that noise? Where's all that noise y'all was spitting? Or if he had won or whatever, like where's all that energy at now? They are so silent right now, and it's funny to me. It's just nice to not hear from them. I don't know what this next election cycle is going to look like. I don't know what's happening. If I can be frank, and make a prediction as of right now, if today was the election, I'm not so sure Biden would win again. And I'm definitely not sure if Kamala would win over Biden, or like if she would be president and if he didn't run again. I'm not so sure. So my prayer is that we just get some candidates. We're ready for some candidates. If Rudy goes down, he definitely needs to take the big orange brum with him. They all need to. Melania knows exactly what she's doing. She's as sneaky as her husband. Yep. She's just an absolute mess. 45 probably stole all the White House treasures and sold them to China and Russia to pay for his failed businesses. Listen, with the type of fundraising that this man has been doing just in the 6 to 8 months that he's been out of office, listen, I know he's out of money, and not as rich as because he would go on his merry little way and lay low. But he's not. He's not at all. So yeah, I forgot what we said we were going to talk about. Trump will probably never get arrested. Superstar, I know. Y'all, he should though. But he just comes off as Teflon Don, just untouchable. And, Superstar, part of me feels that way, but then I always have to go to the Bible and just say, you know what? No man is going to be greater than God. And I think he thinks he's a God. And so I just got to hold on to hope to say, you know what? He's going to get taken down. He has to. Y'all, he has to. They locked Bill Cosby up because they were trying to get rid of him because he was trying to buy NBC, didn't he? He gonna tell it. He's gonna go on the road and he's gonna tell it. Trump supporters are still out there. They're just wilding out at Walmart parking lots and gas stations. Girl, I don't even see them here no more. And we're in a very red area. They was making a whole lot of noise the night before the election and the weekends. I mean, they was having motorcades all through the neighborhood, just flags and all kind of foolishness. I said, oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. Now they're as quiet as a mouse. No one's on the corners anymore. Nothing. R. Kelly, that's what we're going to talk about. Okay, yeah. They don't like Kamala. We just have to hope that they can find a strong candidate because I don't think Joe can do another 4 years at his age. I don't want him to. I don't want him to, respectfully. The Trumps are going down. Okay, Valerie, we got to hold on hope. We really do. And it's not even, I like how he always says, oh, it's a witch hunt. It's a witch hunt. Well, you know what? Something has to happen for it to be a witch hunt. Like, people aren't making these things up. You're doing stuff, idiot. Silent. So, y'all, R. Kelly appeared in court, I want to say yesterday. His trial is starting up, finally. I don't even know how long he's been in jail, but 2 years, it feels like it. And he said that he is poor and he is broke. Not poor. Let me rephrase it. Allegedly, he is broke. And they said that he has gained so much weight that his clothes don't fit him. So he don't have clothes to wear to the trial, this whole thing. So how y'all feel about that? How are y'all feeling about that? I know that there's some of us who feel like we can separate the music from the person. There's some people that will not stream his music or buy his music at all, ever again. There's some people that are like Team R. Kelly. He didn't do it. He innocent. There's some people. So leave a comment down below. Let me know where you're at with this R. Kelly thing. Are you like R. Kelly who? I forgot all about him. Listen. When an R. Kelly song comes on, you can't help but at least tap your foot. Like, come on, you can't help it. I haven't heard an R. Kelly song just be streamed in public or whatever. I haven't heard anything. You guys let me know if you heard it. I haven't heard it be streamed, even though I know people are still streaming his music. People are still, like, you scroll through, people are still stepping in the name of love. Absolutely. And I'm not emotionally tied to him in the sense of like he was my fave and all this other stuff, but his music stands for itself. But do I think that he's broke? I don't think he's broke. I don't think R. Kelly is broke at all. I don't know I do know how this will help his defense, but I don't think he's broke. I think that the things that he is being accused of is absolutely heinous and I don't make any excuses for that at all. But my question is, like I said, are you able to separate the artist from the things that he's doing? So like for me, I'm not gonna lie, Chris Brown, I can separate his foolishness from his music. When he wilding out, I can't deal with Chris Brown, but I love his music and I love him as a person. Like, I'm rooting for Chris Brown. Like, I'm absolutely rooting for him to do better and be better. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not necessarily emotionally tied to R. Kelly, but the music, I mean, it's come on, it speaks for itself. So let's see what everybody's saying. Okay, we said that. We've got that. Trump supporters feels that Trump will be back in the White House before the end of the year. Baby, they said this month, August. He got these people thinking that August he will be back. And it's insane. It's absolutely insane. The support for R. Kelly from our community is absolutely ridiculous. I have never seen people go hard for a predator. Let me write that down because it's something else that I want to piggyback on that. Because I want to park here. Let's park here. Super, I agree 100%. It reminds me of the O.J. Simpson. It reminds me of, let's not even make it that popular. It reminds me of a lot of these criminals, because that's what they are. These little kids committing all these crimes in the inner cities. I see it. I have friends in Miami, family in Miami, and I see it. I see them posting all the time with these, and the people that are being arrested, these are young kids. And I'm mindful of the fact that a lot of times, these kids, we are protecting these kids. And when I say we, I mean the community. Y'all know Pookie was down to the corner, and that's his corner. And if something happened on his corner, if nothing else, Pookie know about it. But nobody says anything. Because what? Snitches get stitches and all this other stuff. And so, Super, you bring up a great point, because not only are we, and again, generally speaking, I'm not saying we, me, or whatever. I'm just saying as a community, it is known that it's been said, and it has been said, and it's a popular thought that the Black community will definitely protect a predator. That's why you have a lot of people, a lot of young girls, a lot of women, a lot of young girls that have the testimony where, hey, when I went to my mom and said, your boyfriend was doing blah, 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 she got mad at me, kicked me out. I hear that so many, I mean, we've all heard that. That is awful. When you think about the predatory nature of church, because Super, that's what made me want to park here, because it also reminded me the protection that's happening in church. I can't tell you how many predators and alleged predators and everything else that are protected by the Black church and the Black community. We don't play like it is insane. It is absolutely insane, because I can sit in church and I can hear that's okay, or take your time, baby, or I don't believe that, we're going to pray this away and we're going to pray that away. And that's problematic. So that is a very good comment, Super. And I'm glad that you said that, because that's where my mind was going as you were talking. I wanted to continue that conversation. So true. We've got to change our thinking around that. And so here's a question. As you feel like the predators are being protected, do you think male predators are protected in the Black community more than females? That's a question. I don't believe he's broke. No, he's not broke. Got that right, Melissa. Right, Sunshine. My grandmother used to call me Sunshine. And so every time you type that, it just sends a cute little ding ding to my heart. Because my grandmother used to say, you have a smile that lights up a room. She would always say that. And so she would call me Sunshine. And then I heard that my entire life about my smile. Like, your smile will light up a room. And she would call me Sunshine. I believe he's guilty, but I love his music. Brenda's like me. I believe he's guilty, but I love his music. Yeah, same. And line dancing has not been the same. I hope they can get him some mental health. Thomasina, the stuff that this man has been accused of, he's going to need some mental health if he has not been getting any mental health. Absolutely. And here's the thing, back to my original conversation that Superstar Graham brought up about predators and protecting and stuff like that. In the Black community, I can't speak for no other community, because, and you know what? It's not just our community, because somebody just got arrested. Hispanic guy had a baby with a 12-year-old, and he was like 20 something. But in our community, there's nothing far-fetched for a 15-year-old girl to be going with a 20-year-old guy. Like, that's so common. Like, that is, I dated older guys. Like, there's nothing, it's not strange to us. Should it be? Should we be promoting that? Like, we did 15, 17 with a 20-something-year-old, 12 with an 18-year-old. Like, that is so common in our community. I haven't heard it on the radio, but every party has his song. I have not deleted his songs. I haven't deleted his songs. I'm not the type where if it comes on, I got to turn it off real quick. Absolutely not. I think that, so I guess what I'm saying is I think I'm able to separate the artist from the person, the art from the person. That must be what I'm saying, because I mean, if it come on, I'm gonna be stuck, Anyway, I feel bad for R. Kelly. I don't. Because I believe when R. Kelly had all that money, some parents let their daughter go with him. It's sad. Valerie, exactly. That was my point that I was saying before. Just like how I said, girls dating older guys dating older women, some cultures, they think that's a rite of passage. My 15-year-old son, my 12-year-old son with the 19-year-old babysitter and all this other stuff, that's still predatory. That's still, and there's a very popular comedian who talks about that. He really had to think about that because he got babysat by this older babysitter, and he's a young teen, and she touched him and all this other stuff. And now that he's older and he has his own sons, he's like, that's wrong. So do I feel bad for him? No, I don't necessarily feel bad for him. Like I said, I can separate the art from the artist, but at the same time, I agree with you 100%. We see it today. You see these people, they just want their kids to be famous. So it's like, oh, go on tour. Oh, go. And these are the stories that end up coming out. Now, when you look at a Beyonce and a Matthew Knowles and just different people that really, really, really protected their daughters, they don't have those stories unless they're Jay-Z. I can't do certain R. Kelly songs. The narrative on some songs have been definitely tarnished for me. I Believe I Can Fly and Step in the Name of Love. Absolutely. Those are like our Black unofficial anthems. If he done gained weight, that means he's eating good, which means he got money. Come on, April. Oh, wait. I lost my spot. Here we go. I know too much about celebrities. Child, you looking for a perfect person? No. And that's the whole thing. There is no perfect person. And that, when you look at Hollywood and everything that they go through to make it in Hollywood, and to be here's the thing. You're going to have some stuff to be a certain level of a star in Hollywood, period, the end. Some like to say they sold their souls. Some people like to say they are sellout. Some people like to say that they sell their morals. However you want to say it, to be successful in Hollywood, it's going to be some stuff going on. And that is, again, not excusing any of Bill Cosby's accusers and stuff like that. But when I think about, if you're of a certain age and you think about the 70s and the 80s and what was happening, I just think about the fact that if everyone that could accuse someone of those things, that was very common, it was very accepted. And now here we are 40 something years later, and they're like, oh, couch surfing wasn't good or whatever. So it's just weird. I agree with you 100%. If people knew about these artists' personal lives, includes gospel artists, they wouldn't listen. Listen, I agree 100%. And yeah, I agree 100%. And I know exactly what you mean. I think that a lot of people don't necessarily do their research. And unfortunately, we have this thing, especially for gospel artists, where we feel like people aren't human. They are human. They're going to cheat on their wives. They're going to not cheat on their wives. They're going to not pay their bills. They're not going to pay their taxes. They are going to pay, life is going to happen, period, the end. And some people come out with people not knowing anything. And then some people come out and you know everything. And that's the thing that we were talking about the other day with the baby, like just cancel culture and all of this. The truth of the matter is they all will be canceled. Like if we really, really wanted to be consistent. All right, here we go. If 45 doesn't return, we all had better be prepared, because they're going to lose their minds when they find out they have been hoodwinked again. No, they won't. Michelle, these people go from one issue to the next, from one lie to the next, which is really, really amazing to me that he has the uncanny ability to gaslight these people and manipulate them. And they're just really like, really? Okay, 45. Like, it's just weird. So yeah. Many church people have that herd mentality. Yep. Aw. I read R. Kelly's book. It all makes sense. Yep. I've never liked R. Kelly. Something always seems off. Yep. Melissa, I'm not feeling well. I see you the next live. Everyone have a wonderful night. Good night, Valerie. It doesn't matter if their parents let their daughters go with R. Kelly. R. Kelly was the adult at the end of the day. He could have just said no. Absolutely, Super Ram. Absolutely. I'm just saying from the aspect of us being parents protecting our children and not just handing them over to the sharks. Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. And that's in any situation. Any situation. He's a predator. Those parents sold their children to get money. Okay. I agree with you, Superstar. Absolutely. So now we have this different aspect coming out with these allegations from young boys and whatever. So now those allegations are out and they're just piling it on. And it's defense, from what I understand, they're trying to just not have it be admitted in court and let's just deal with where we're at. So we'll see how this goes. I also believe R. Kelly's wife knew. I don't know. Let's see what else I had. Y'all can keep talking. Let's see. So yeah, if you're just tuning in, make sure you hit the like button on Facebook, share the video. Make sure you hit the like button also here on YouTube. And if you're watching the playback, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you're new, it's absolutely free. Cost you nothing. Cost you absolutely nothing. So when are the parents going to be held accountable? I don't think they are. I don't think they are. Don't forget your Trump card. Don't forget your Trump card. Trump says that he wants you guys to join him and prove your loyalty. That's his latest scam. So y'all, let's get into this. Dr. Dre's daughter, 38, reveals she's homeless and living out of her car. So this comes on the heels of Dr. Dre, this news of him having to pay his wife this astronomical, ex-wife, allegedly paying her this astronomical amount of money. And so then this news article comes out about the daughter. And the daughter's like, oh, I'm homeless and all this other stuff. Well, the comment section went absolutely bonkers. And so did I, because I was like, ma'am, you're 38 years old. Leave a comment down below. Why would she put that out there? You tell me. Secondly, at 38, what does that have to do with Dr. Dre? Because I guess the rest of the story was saying she's never received support from him. Is he responsible for her at this point? Whether he paid child support or not? Leave a comment down below. Exactly, blessed. Really, Melissa? Hey, I mean, I'm going to help Trump out as much as I can. And I know all y'all are just waiting to throw all your money at him. Girl, right. That's what I said. Listen, she said she's homeless and living out her car. Now, here's the thing. I'm not celebrating the fact that sister is living out her car. I'm not celebrating the fact that she is homeless. I'm not celebrating any of that. But you're 38. The comment section was cracking me up. They were like, ma'am, you are 38 years old. Stop it. And that's my sentiment. I agree 100%. You know, you're 38 years old. After a certain point in life, do you hold your parents accountable for whatever upbringing you had as a child? So after a certain point, can't you change that? Like, can't you say, okay, oh, Lord, this comment. Yeah. So let's just say, okay, fine. He didn't pay no child support at all. Ma'am, you are 38 years old. That stopped at 18. So you had a good, 20 years? Girl, bye. No. Let's get these comments. Somebody said, girl, bye. 38, get your ass a job. That's what somebody said. Hilarious. And I agree 100%. Dr. Dre is loaded. I don't care how old the child is. You never stop parenting. Yes, I think she should do her best as an adult, but it's okay to need help sometimes. Shannon, 2 different points. I don't think he's obligated to take care of her at 38. I think it's nice if he decides to help her after 38. We all know, first of all, that parenting typically doesn't stop at 18. But unfortunately, some people have parental situations where they don't even get taken care of up to 18. So anything after 18, that's not happening. So I'm not saying that. I'm not saying in a normal situation, everybody needs help, whatever. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is ultimately at 38, he is not obligated to give her anything. And that's just the truth. We could say that's messed up. We could say he owes her because he's a billionaire, this, and the other. I mean, it's no different than, okay, so then let's have this conversation. Do you think him, Beyonce, Rihanna just came out? She's a billionaire. Shout out to her. So now that she's a billionaire, is it up to Rihanna to then take care of the rest of her family? And I know those aren't her children, but is she obligated to take care of her family because, hey, you're a billionaire? I don't agree. As someone with adult children, I will help them. We will try to help them as much as possible, as long as it's not enabling them or whatever. But at the end of the day, if my husband and I win the lottery today, that'd be great. If we won the lottery today and our older kids, the 3 adults, came and said, you know what, it's your fault. You won the lottery. You need to pay. No, I don't have to. No. So with the Trump card, what do you get? A McChicken sandwich, Starbucks iced coffee, Walmart discount on merch. Listen, you get all of that. Plus you get a MAGA hat. You get a 4-course on a Southern accent, everything. You get to learn the accent, everything. You're a whole grown woman. And I agree 100%. Yes, people need help. I'm just saying, I'm not talking about regular relationships where you call your parents and all this other stuff. Absolutely. I'm not talking about that. But even in that, when you make that phone call to your parent and say, hey, can you help with this? Or I would like help with that. Your parent is not obligated at 38, especially, to get you out of that homeless situation. It says something about her that her daddy won't help. We have adult children and we help when warranted. That's a good point. That's a very good point, because you have adult children. I have adult children. And I agree with you 100%. The truth of the matter is, if you have multiple children, the only children, I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about people with a large family or more than one child, especially more than 2 children. You're not going to parent those kids the same. So you might not support's not going to always look the same for all the kids. And that is true. So it says something about her that her dad won't help. And here's the thing. Is it really? We don't know the details. So let's just pretend. We're pretending because we don't know. We're not in his family and all this other stuff. We don't know if and how they fell out. We don't know how she became homeless. We don't know any of those details. And those are important details. Because sometimes kids will do some stuff and you like, okay, they'll cut you off until you be, I've seen some crazy stuff. So that's that part too. And I agree. It does say something, because like you said, a parent will, if warranted, a parent will help as best they can when they can, no matter what the age. I feel the same way. She's 38. She should be taking care of herself. She's an adult. My kids been on their own since the last day of college. I told them, no, sir, make your way. I'm done. Okay, Michelle. Good for you. Wait, did I miss something? Did you say she used to get child support? No, she didn't get any child support. So that was part of her complaint. Like, no, I didn't get child support and I'm homeless. How did she get to this point? Sounds like Kirk's son. Yep, could be. I feel like she had enough time to get herself together. Superstar, that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. Sis, you had enough time. And I'm not saying that she should be have a doctorate and be a millionaire or billionaire like him or whatever. But okay, at 18, you realize he didn't give me no money. At 20, you realize he's not giving me no money. So at what point do you say, I need to make some lifestyle changes because he's not giving me any money? That's what I'm saying. She's older than me. She should get her life, get on with her life and do what she needs to do. And that's the thing, Super. I think that she just did it. Right, Sunshine. If they disrespectfully need my help, of course, if they desperately need my help, of course I will help them out. They need to try to exhaust all their options before I help. Absolutely. Michelle, I'm the same way. Like, I'm the type where I'm like, okay, if we give you this, how is this going to change next month? Or how is this going to change this next situation? Guidance. Absolutely guidance. That's what needs to happen. But at 38, sis, come on now. Did you lose weight? Your face looks smaller, but you are gorgeous. Thank you, Pam. I probably am. I feel like I have. But I have not been to the gym because I didn't feel good. But yeah. I believe she lost her job and still searching for employment. She has an interview with FedEx coming up. Good. I hope it works out for her. Yeah, it's just hard to take that one little statement, that one little headline, and take it and run with it and make Dr. Dre the bad guy. As a parent, I can't do that because I know there could be history behind that we have no idea about. It's just good conversation. This was something else I wanted to talk about when I saw it. Let me see. Some people got to do some stuff by tomorrow because Foolishness Friday. Did y'all see this? I'm gonna just leave this here right here. Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard say they wait for the stink before they bathe their children. That's right. They wait for the stink before they bathe their kids. All right. So let's discuss. Y'all wait for the stink before you bathe your children? So, of course, my children are older. So their bathing habits, they take care of themselves. Thankfully, my sons, because typically I say sons, because sons are usually the ones stereotypically on TV, they try to say that they're nasty and this and the other. Thank God my sons were not like that. The only time that I may smell the youngest is because he's coming home from football practice or whatever. Same thing with the girls, cheer, whatever. But y'all, when they were little, I didn't wait for no stink. Now, here's the thing. Everybody know it's Friday. They're home. They take a shower, get into their pajamas. They might not get a bath till Sunday when it's time to go to church. But that's little. Like, that's little. You know, kids running around having fun on the weekend or whatever. But if they stink, come on. Let's discuss. Someone said that's nasty. It is. Someone said disgusting. Shannon said disgusting. Sounds like Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher. They do the same thing. That's who it is. That's who the story was about. I'm sorry, but that's white people-ish. Child. So yeah. So we agree. It is absolutely nasty. What I used to tell my kids, I said, you know what? If you keep a solid hygiene bathing routine, if you skip a day, don't take a bath that night or whatever, it won't be detrimental. But if you're the type and you create a hygienic routine where you're not cleaning on a regular basis, you miss that one day, you're going to be a stinky pot. And it's so true. So I thought that this was absolutely, let me find the article again. Nope, not that. Yeah, I thought this was absolutely disgusting because this was the story that they piggybacked off another story because initially they said a couple of days ago that they don't bathe their kids every day. And I was just like, okay, no. So yeah, that's other people news right there. And I'm not even gonna say, listen, it's some people that don't bathe their kids every day. That's disgusting to me though. But to me, there's nothing like a sweet smelling kid, little Johnson, little baby powder. Ain't nothing like a little stinky neck on a baby. Kristen and Dax always say some crazy mess. Girl, yes. They know if they say something like that, and it's gonna be like, why did you say that? What was the purpose? Because it's gonna be controversial. Everybody's gonna freak out and all sorts of stuff. So what was your point in saying that? Like, And then to follow it up, because at first they were like, oh, we don't bathe our kids every day. Fine. Then the next day or the next article comes out, oh, we don't bathe our kids. We wait for the stink. I don't want the stink. That is a pet peeve of mine. My nose is so sensitive. Like, I have a very sensitive nose. So when someone smells around me, it's like the most offensive thing ever. I can't stand it. And so I have, like, even when they come, when I used to pick them up, I don't pick them up from practice or anything no more. But when I did, I had like special spray, whatever. I don't want to smell feet. I don't want to smell butt. I don't smell underpits. I don't want to smell nothing. Someone said, come on now, really? Yes, Rachel, child. You said Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard, not Mila and Asher. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Sorry, Bless. You think it's all for attention. Let's see. Who is this? This is Kuchar. Okay. Okay, you're right. So let's see. So there, my nose too. I can smell things a 1.5 miles away. Okay, I see what you're saying. So maybe that was Ashton. Let me see. Was that Ashton Kutcher that said that before? So it's 2 couples around here not bathing their kids. Girl, bye. Yep. Oh, Lord. Yep, you're right. That was 2 different couples. Here I am thinking it's the same couple. No, it's Mila and Ashton, and then Dax and this Kristen. Ay. I can't. I can't. That they can bathe their kids and don't shows privilege. I have had parents who had no running water. Come on now. No running water at all. That's the thing. A lot of times, that's a lot of what I miss about teaching. It's just really, really caring for those students that are underprivileged, underserved. I do miss that part, because I know that when it's a good teacher, when you're a good teacher and you love on those kids, that may be the only type of love and consistency that they have is coming to school. You're like their sunshine. Like when they see you and they run up to you and hug you, it's the best thing. It's the best feeling ever. I do miss that. So yeah, that was 2 different parents. Here I'm thinking, surely can't be more than one person, but nope. I started watching this YouTube documentary. It was a documentary yesterday, and it was talking about parents who run homes with no rules. And it was following about 3 different families who they don't send their kids to school. Their kids have free range. I know them as free range families. They just go and do whatever, and they don't learn. And they don't learn in a traditional sense. I'll say it that way. And that reminds me of that, because those kids, if they felt like taking a bath, they took a bath. If they didn't feel like taking a bath, they didn't feel like taking a bath. And it was so funny because one of the kids in one of the families, he really, really craved structure. He really, really wanted to go to school, and he tried it out, but he didn't last because he liked the free range of it all. So it was a really good documentary. Yes, I agree. Not for me. I remember when kids used to pick on the kids who didn't bathe. They were called the cootie girl, the cootie boy. Yes, yeah, that's true. And that's sad. Oh, that reminds me of this other story. I don't know how old the little kid was, but he was a little kid. And he hurt himself fatally because he had a colostomy bag. And the kids were picking on him. And I was like, oh man, that's so horrible. And I hope that you guys will encourage people that that have children to, when they see stories like that, to share it with their kids as to why they shouldn't pick on people that are different or don't or have different disabilities or look different or don't have the latest Jordans or the this, that, and the other. I know kids can be cruel. Like we were cruel and I got picked on and it goes back and forth. And then once you get picked on, you want to try to pick on somebody else and all this other stuff. But regardless of whether you agree with it or understand it or whatever, like these kids are really, really having a hard time emotionally with bullying and stuff like that. And that's something medical, like he can't help that. And unfortunately, he is no longer living because he just succumbed to the bullying and for something that he couldn't help. So that's what reminded me, your comment reminded me of that article that I saw on Facebook where it's like, picking on the kids who didn't have a bath or can't have a bath or don't have clean clothes and stuff like that. And I'm really, really mindful to talk to my kids about that. And they're really, really good about that. They're really good kids. Like I can't even, they have half the character. I mean, I didn't have half the character that they had. Maybe I had half that they have, but they're just really, really sensitive to a lot of things. So like if I show them an article and say, hey, this is what's going on, not to pick on someone like this or whatever, to them, it's like, yeah, of course, we won't do that. Of course not. So yeah. Hey, Monica is back. Hey, Monica, girl, we're just wrapping up. We just talking and shooting the breeze. They want to walk around functified. Yuck. So if you're letting this happen as a parent, speaks volumes about you. Yes, Rochelle, I think so. But, I got to be honest with you. There's only so much we can do as parents. And I'm very, 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 very careful when things happen, when kids do stuff, when young adults do stuff. And the first thing people want to do is blame the parents. I know kids from amazing stock that have done some horrible things. And so I'm very mindful to not blame parents for the decisions that their teenagers and their young adults and everyone do. So yes, if you are aware that your child is doing X, Y, Z, and you don't do anything about it to try to, deter them, fussing at people or picking on people or whatever, then yeah, you can bear some responsibility here. But I'm very, very mindful, just generally speaking, to say, you know what, if that kid does this, oh, it's the parents. Not always. It's not always the parents. Like I said, I know some kids that have made some horrible decisions from some amazing parents who would have never condoned any of that. It's life. Hey, Monica Pierce, good evening. Good evening. So if you guys are just coming in with Monica, make sure you hit the like button. Shout out to Facebook family. I know I don't see the comments over there because I'm over here and I don't have that window open. I am so sorry, but we are here and I know that you're here. If you are on YouTube, make sure you hit the like button. Some of you say that you don't get the notification. Make sure you hit the bell. Hit the bell. The bell should notify you when I am coming on. And and last but not least, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We're just here. We're just talking, catching up. We talked about a few things. If you're catching the replay, hey, leave a comment. I try to comment and answer you guys as you're watching, and I like to get your replies. Sometimes I'll get a reply about an hour or so later, and y'all are talking about Trump, and I'm eating or whatever. So yeah, leave a comment. Pam I am said, may God bless. Good night, everyone. Absolutely. So we've been on for a good hour and a little bit over an hour and a half. It's been a great, great live. As always, I do not take it lightly when you guys choose to spend time talking about everything known to man in a peaceful, loving way. And I love it. I just love the conversation that we have. In the meantime, I will see you guys tomorrow. Like I said, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Until we meet again tomorrow. Bye-bye.